Just in, SDP have expelled El-RUFAI. They have banned him from the party activities for 30 years. Anyway, quite hilarious. How many years does El-RUFAI even have in the political space? If you had 30 years to where he is at the moment, think how many years he will be from now. So it's such a dramatic one. However, let's hear what the news have to say. In a dramatic move, the National Working Committee of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, has expelled former Kaduna State Governor Malam NASIR El-RUFAI from the party, slamming him with a 30-year ban from participating in any party-related activities. According to a statement released by the party leadership, El-RUFAI is no longer recognized as a member and has been declared ineligible to associate with the SDP in any form, now or in the foreseeable future. The party accused the former governor of impersonating a party member, tampering with internal party mechanisms, and orchestrating efforts to destabilize the SDP through unconstitutional methods and deceptive political strategies. This was made known in a statement signed and made available to our correspondent by the National Publicity Secretary, Araba Ainegba, in Abuja on Monday. According to him, the party nationwide committee reached the decision following thorough investigation into El-RUFAI's controversial claim of membership and what they described as alleged backdoor political activity, which has fueled internal divisions and threatened the party's unity and ideological integrity. So this is according to Financial Freedom Mindset TV. However, this news has also been on other news outlets. Anyway, expelling El-RUFAI out of SDP is not the issue. However, the bigger picture is that in recent times, there have been a massive defections across different parties, and one will be forced to ask, do these people really have the ideology of a true democratic system? Do they really understand what it means to run a democratic government? Somehow, if you ask me, if this strategy works across all parties, that if you come into any particular political party system, there is a time frame for which you must countersign. You will stay in that party, that you do not have the opportunity to step out. I believe somehow it will address some major issues in the country. Because when they know that they cannot easily move out of a party, they will want to do everything in their position or at their disposal to ensure they get a working system, to ensure they get a working political party or a working government. All right. So let's apply this to the APC, PDP, ADC, and the rest. If this is applicable, not something that there is a perceived possibility of someone being proved, and just to save his or herself from being proved, they will run into another political party, most likely the ruling party. I think this will help to address a lot of issues, especially that relate with corruptions. It will really address the issue. And on the other hand, I see some of this drama coming more as we approach the electioneering season, because a time is coming when most of this party, as a means of strategy, they will plant their cronies in different parties just to destabilize the system. Look at SDP. SDP more or less is already having a faction. Look at Labour Party. It is already having a faction. Look at the new ADC. Somehow it's having a factions. These are some of the ways that they politically have strategized to destabilize the system so that APC would get back onto power. Somehow it looks as though. But anyway, one will not fully say is the APC planting them, because it is something that happens across parties, especially party that want to assume the office. Any party that want to grasp power will do anything at their disposal just to get rich at power. And I would wish, instead of focusing on the political party to destabilize and so on, let those in power do the right thing, and they will get the support of the masses. They will get a working system. Nobody will criticize what is working in a negative light. No one will fight against a system that is working, except you are born an enemy. In recent days, we talked about Yaradua's son who was married. We could see in the comment section how people were celebrating him. There is no political leader, there is no politician that have been celebrated like Yaradua. There is none in the history of Nigeria. From year in, year out, people will celebrate that man because he left a legacy. Someone who brought down the fuel pump price. Someone whom you can see in different sectors, there were different changes. There was sporadic change taking place. There were positive outlook on the image of the country. We want to see those kind of things displayed instead of seeing all these internal party struggles. I think with this, a lot will change. I don't know, what is your opinion? What's your own view about NASIR El-RUFAI expelling from SDP? I think more of this will come up in recent days. However, what's your own opinion? Let me know in the comment box. Do you think this is actually a right move to take, or is just a strategy to silence all opposition party? Let me know your points in the comment box. Thank you so much. If you are new on this particular channel, please help me to click the subscribe button. I look forward to that moment where this particular channel becomes your most favorite click. For now, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your time. Cheers.
Barrister Julius Aburi as National Chairman and Alhaji Farouk Umar Ibrahim as the National Secretary. Probably maybe the people you are trying to refer to, are those, group of reduced man who Mr. Peter Obi has graciously, appointed as the chairman of the Ayam Festival Committee, because we do not have in our party up to today in our constitution, even that is even with INEC, we do not have anything like a caretaker. And also, section 222 of the constitution is very clear that political parties shall not be headed by any caretaker. They must be duly elected. So our constitution is in line with the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we do not have group. Secondly, let me make it very clear. We are convening a NEC meeting where he will be expelled. He was on suspension before he now went ahead to do the anti-party activities. You don't go and join a political party and at the same time you still put your leg in another political party. He knows it is unconstitutional for him to belong to two political parties at a time. They have been able to deceive him to their side, and there he shall remain. So a NEC meeting is going to be called shortly, where Obi will be recommended for expulsion, and that will now be confirmed finally at our convention in line with our constitution and in line with most political party constitution. Because when you want to expel an individual who is a member of your party, but that is not doing things in tandem with your constitution, you go to NEC and you expel him and now recommend the final expulsion to the convention. So Obi will be expelled from our party. He's no more a member of our party. It is not within his right to tell us that I'm still a member of the Labour Party, and at the same time he will not be obnobbing, with what we call, the Yahoo coalition. We are not going to accept that.
All right, Mr. Ramambi. So 2 questions in one, and I'm happy you landed on that one. He's working with the coalition, but he hasn't left the Labour Party. At least he hasn't resigned officially from the Labour.
Easy, and he leaves you to use your judgment and initiatives, and I trust that's what he did. But he was fully in the picture.
Right. But did he react when you told him you were going to go? If so, what was his reaction?
It's like I'm indifferent about it. It's okay.
And what was the response of the Abure faction when you came to make the case that you came to make?
They were elated. They are yearning for leadership. And I told them I'm there to do it. They are yearning for an end, so to say, about whatever we're going through as a party. But while I was there to reconcile, I was also reconciling Labour Party and the general public by the same token. I was doing many things at the same time.
So in a sense, you were being, I'm wondering if you were being just politically pragmatic by your move, in the sense that some have suggested that the coalition may well end up anointing Atiku Abubakar as its candidate, yes. And you and presumably Peter Obi don't want to be left in the lurch if that happens, which is why you're making these overtures to the Labour Party.
No, my own thinking was, convince me why I should come into ADC. Where was ADC in 2023 when Labour Party claimed we got 10 million votes. Where was ADC?
Yeah, but there's always a time when a coalition comes into
That's what I'm
existence.
saying. The coalition pointed us at, like, convince me. And the general message is that I am yet to be convinced to leave Labour Party. I am yet to be convinced. And Peter Obi himself, I don't want to speak for him, but when he's okay, he will speak for himself. To the best that I know, Peter Obi is, and I repeated the welcome that Labour Party's arms are open to embrace back Peter Obi. I would like him to again win the nomination of Labour Party and contest in 2027 with or without me.
Economic Affairs.
Vice President Kashim Shettima welcomes executives of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, to his office, led by the national president, Mr. Jani Ibrahim.
I implore on you to invest your confidence.
The Vice President assures the association of the current administration's commitment to supporting businesses to thrive.
The President speaks your language, the language of commerce. He grew up in that ecosystem. He knows how businesses are run. We cannot meet the $1 trillion economy target without your support and endorsement. And our newly rebased GDP, which compounds the importance of the organized private sector. And in every society, in manufacturing and industry and agriculture, are the major drivers, are the major creators of wealth. And honestly, our doors are open for robust engagement with NASIMA.
Both the Vice President and the leadership of NASIMA believe that national prosperity is anchored on strong collaboration between government and private sector, a relationship which the National President of NASIMA believes can be sustained through regular engagements.
The private sector is willing, able and ready to collaborate with government, to move the Nigerian economy forward. We are particularly encouraged, with his comments, especially when we mentioned to him that the $1 trillion economy target by 2030, we have the capacity, we have the ability, and we will not only achieve it, we will surpass it.
To enhance Nigeria's business environment, the federal government has embarked on tax reforms, streamlining trade processes and investing in infrastructure, among other programs.
But you see, the idea of 2027, as good as it is still not something of an immediate interest. The president and the government is focused now on delivering democracy dividend to the Nigerian people. They are focused on governance. They are focused on ensuring that Nigerian people are taken care of. And of course, the fact that if you look at the preceding years of before these last 2 years, the economy was in shambles, and people talk about poverty, we're hungry, and all this stuff. So the president is focused more on that. So the issue of who becomes the vice president, for me, is still too early to be discussed. We have a vice president who is working with the president, and there's a lot of understanding and harmony between them. It is just what I would call some political analysts and some of our colleagues in the media who are inputting some kind of suggestions, motives. And so for me, I think we should not really bother too much about those issues. They're still 2 years away. And I believe that when we get to that point, we'll be discussing it. So it is detracting from governance when you begin to talk about who becomes the vice president or not, when you have a team of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his Vice President Shettima working together to deliver dividend of democracy to Nigerian people. I don't think we should really be discussing that at the moment.